This is a very serious video. Hello, I'm Mark and I'm a guitaraholic. It's been 11 months and 3 days since I last bought a guitar. Actually, it's not a serious video. It's just I wanted to talk a little bit about the need that I have and I know other people have to just constantly be buying guitars. So I currently own about 16 or 17 guitars, and I don't know exactly how many because it's been a while since I've counted. The most number of guitars I ever owned at one point was 25, but then I wanted to buy the PRS, and the only way I could afford that was I had to cull down, so I cut the collection down to about 10. The most common kind of question I get, particularly from non-guitar players, when they think they're being hilarious, is, why do you need so many? You can only play one at a time. And you know, that joke got old really quickly. The reason I own so many, and this is kind of why my personal collection started, was I wanted more tones. So I started off with a Strat, and then I wanted a Super Strat, and then I wanted a kind of a Les Paul tone, and then I needed an acoustic, and then I wanted like a parlor as well, and then a bass and a resonator, and you know, suddenly, you know, the guitar collection's up to 7 or 8 guitars. I then want something with a Floyd Rose and something hardtail that I can down tune, and so quickly it kind of got a little bit out of control, and then it really got out of control when I discovered eBay, because when I was growing up as a teenager in the 90s, I used to just drool over Guitarist magazine and other magazines, and I saw all of these guitars that I wanted, and then now you look on eBay and you can find them at really attractive prices. And for about 2 or 3 years I kind of went a little nuts and just bought loads of those kind of old 90s guitars. So I had a Hartfield, I had a Jackson Dinky, I had 2 different Godins, and actually the guitar, was it Artisan ST I think it was called? It was a really great guitar, sounded superb Strat tones. And that's kind of when my guitar collection got up to 25. And then I went to an event for PRS, and up to this point I'd never really been into PRSs. They were just too Gibson-y for me. I'd never played one that I actually quite liked. And I bought into that whole kind of thing about, oh, you know, they're just for doctors and dentists, not for real guitar players. But I went to this event and I found the Custom 24 and I absolutely fell in love with it. Now, don't get me wrong, there are many PRS guitars that I really just can't get along with. They just don't feel right, there's something not right about them. They're beautifully made, wonderfully made, but they just don't work for me. But my Custom 24 is absolutely perfect for me. So I bought that. It took me best part of 2 years to pay for, and I had to, as I say, cull my guitar collection down to about 10 in order to help pay for it. So I've kind of gone through that journey of having a few guitars, many guitars. There you go. So what have I learned? Well, owning lots of guitars produces a storage problem. A bunch of guitars just ended up just living in cases under the bed, and what's the point of that? I never bothered getting them out to play, and if I ever had a musical idea, I just grabbed the first guitar that was around the house. I wouldn't go and get guitars out of cases, so they never got played. Also, guitars need maintenance. Even if you just have your each guitar set up once a year, that's going to be quite expensive when you own so many. So what happened was I didn't bother. The guitars stayed in the cases. They got very uncomfortable to play, so I didn't even bother wanting to get them out. And what's the point of that? What's the point of owning all these guitars if they're unplayable? And then I got to the issue where basically some guitars were just duplicates. I had, I think it was 6 Strats, 4 different Super Strats, bunch of different things that were all just duplicates of one another, and so that's another reason why I just decided to cool down, because all I was doing is I was just playing the best one of each type, and the others were just living in cases, just being owned for the sake of it. So how many guitars is the right number of guitars to own? Well, that depends on you as a player. If you play one style of music and you found that one perfect guitar, then that's maybe all you need. If you play lots of different styles of music, you need lots of different tones and different things, maybe you need a few more. For me, I think probably a couple of Strats, one in E, one in E flat, hardtail Super Strat, Floyd Rose, something Les Pauly, PRS, resonator, acoustic, and yes, guess what? I'm back up to owning probably more guitars than I actually can really play. So I'm at the point where I need to cool down a little bit as well. As I said at the start, I'm kind of at the 16 or 17 guitars at the moment. I probably need to knock that back to maybe 12 or 13. And I'm still hankering after that next one, so we'll see. So how many guitars do you own? Are you one of those players that just found that one perfect guitar and that's all you need? Let me know what your story is. Leave me some comments, I'll try to reply to you. I'll see you next time.